Awareness. Awareness is present and functioning. When you're in bed and dreaming, there was a dream world appearing, or many dream worlds. And you were dreaming them, whether you were aware of that in the moment or not, and most likely not. And then when you woke up, the waking world appeared, just as the dream world had. You may have noticed as you opened your eyes, and you may have noticed this transition to the waking world appearing. And that all your experience in the waking world is included within this wakefulness, just as it is in the dream world. In the dream world, it's all mind generated. And in the waking world, not so different, but with kind of the outer objects as a support for the perception, for what appears. But still, it's appearing in consciousness, appearing in being or awareness. And so now, as you sit in this posture, whatever posture you're in, now this is appearing, this, whatever it is that you're experiencing, the body, the world of sensation that is the body. Whatever's appearing through the senses, hearing, sounds. If the eyes are open, the visual field appearing. If the eyes are closed, then no outer visual field, but at times inner visions, scenes and pictures, which is what we call thinking. And also whatever's appearing in the mind, states of mind, perceptions, intentions, words and dialogue in the form of thinking. Whatever's happening in your experience is appearing because of you. It is appearing to you and because of you. And although the content, what arises, the sounds, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the reactions, the impulses, the states of body, pleasant and unpleasant, although all of this is changing and in dynamic flux from moment to moment due to conditions, and there's something here throughout, something that is an aspect of you that is not coming and going. It's not of this nature of change, and yet allows for all of this change to be known. Hey, you could just rest here in being and awareness and presence. And just allow all of the change to unfold as it will, moment by moment. Consciousness or awareness, not holding on to anything. Just as a mirror doesn't hold on to anything that appears in it. And not pushing anything away. Just as a mirror doesn't push anything away that appears within it. This is because of the nature of a mirror. And similarly, the nature of awareness or consciousness is not in the pushing, pulling. And when impulses to grasp onto or push away experience appear, those two appear in this wakefulness, in this awareness. And for many of you, it'd be very helpful to have an anchor in the breathing body. And all of us at times need the support of an anchor, or it becomes skillful to connect with the breathing just to help stabilize in this presence and this awareness that's always here. That is the actual stability. So breathing in and aware with the flow of sensation in the body, the nostrils, the chest, or the belly. And breathing out, aware with the flow of sensation through the full arc of the out breath. And the attitude with the breathing is of just riding on the waves of the breath, or being a passenger along for the ride. It's not a doing. There's nothing you need to do. I'm cultivating a being with. We're learning how to relax into being, which is already here, already full, and already fully formed or unformed. Momentary experience arising and passing in the form of sense experiences, in the form of feelings and thoughts. All content, all experience content is momentary. And yet, what is it here throughout that allows it all to appear, to be known? And of course, we seem to come and go because we get caught up in our thought worlds, these virtual worlds. We seem to travel in time and space. But all this apparent coming and going appears here as experience. Even when you're not noticing that, just as the dream is happening in consciousness, even though you may not be lucid during the dream. Of being the space of awareness itself, which you are already. And observing what flows through you from moment to moment, just as it is. Good morning, everyone. At least it's morning here, and just say a few words to support you in practicing right now. Here many of you are in the Bay Area, and here in Northern California, now we've added another layer. We didn't add it, but another layer is added to what's happening, which are the terrible fires that are all around, and air quality is fluctuating, but not good. And for those of us who live in this area, that's become familiar over these past couple of years. How just living with that the thick smoke, and so just want to. Of course, there are multiple layers, of course, for everybody and all of you at different times of challenge and difficulty. This is just one. We've all been living through COVID, and of course, we've been talking about kind of racial justice and injustice, and aware, increasing those of us who are um, white or living with that kind of protection of the realities and of living with that the kind of continuing racist elements of our society, and the elements that live inside of us who inhabit this society. But I think this is a time, anytime another layer is added, right? And I think just from, it's easy for the mind to, not another thing, right? Now we have another layer here, at least, and maybe where you are, wherever you are, you finding other layers too that have nothing to do with the pandemic or outer conditions. Could be something in the family. There's also the beginning of the online school for your children, which is, of course, maybe quickly discovering that that is not what children were designed for so well, for that kind of form. And so just want to address how we might approach new layers when they arise. And some of this is really comes back to resolve and intention. Now, when things are difficult, that is when we need to kind of bring stronger intentionality to our own practice. I will say that when things are difficult, people's practices tend to deepen and develop much more rapidly when we embrace the conditions as practice. When we commit to watching our own mind, when we attend to how we are going to behave when the next layer appears, and how we're going to meet this. And some of this involves reflection in advance. Right? How do I want to behave during this time? How do I want to be with my near ones and with the people around me? How do I want to be with the community to the extent that I interact with it? And how committed am I to watching what the mind throws up, what emotions come up, rather than going with it? Because when we commit in that way to taking adversity and allowing it to enhance our wakefulness, that fuels development in an incredible way. That's not easy. And the reason it fuels development is because necessity is a better motivator. Everybody, a lot of people have this idea, oh, I'll meditate and it will improve my life. But people rarely fully commit except when they need it. Fully commit to watching your own mind, to seeing how prisons are created internally, to watching how expectation and hope and fear fluctuate in experience and affect this mind-body stream. So please take each challenge as the path and in the service of liberation, and not just for you, but liberation for the benefit of you and all beings, including your closest beings closest to you and beings that you don't even know. Because our inner freedom is how we can help each other. Our balance of mind is how we can be available to each other. Our capacity to be with our own freakouts and losing it and chaos and whatever it is that arises in here, or despair, our capacity to be with allows us to be with each other and support each other through difficulty and through challenge. And we human beings have amazing capacity, amazing resilience and amazing capacity. And through those kind of practice, we can both tap into that and cultivate and develop it. So just want to give that reminder, because I know the power of intention is so powerful. It's not like the book, The Secret, where you intend something and it happens. That's magical thinking. That's not the way intention works. But intention affects the mind stream. When you bring a strong intention to meeting this moment, it affects how you meet this moment. So let's cultivate that together. Let's practice together, and let's use this time uh, for this kind of development, and to support each other in it. Okay, I will. I'll be practicing with you through the day, even if we're not in physical proximity, and I look forward to sitting with you tomorrow.